that's part of what I think it's important. But
Live.
I made sure I put a bunch of like photos about the booth and stuff like that because I want to talk about that. And then the meetup, that was really good. It's just that one. It's just this one little block that everybody. It, I think because everyone is upset about what happened, it's kind of hard to talk through it. But once you kind of talk through it and get through it, you'll have a better understanding of why things happened the way they did. It doesn't solve the problem, but a lot of people are just pointing fingers and saying it's this, it's Mezco's fault, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. It's like you don't understand. There's a series of events that happen, and you can point the finger at some other people too, vendors, customers, everybody. Everybody had to deal. We shall see how it goes.
Uh-oh. Did we lose CC?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He shuffled me.
I did. I was trying to get it where.
Oh, you need to be on top, Paige.
I don't care about that.
King of the mountain.
I don't care about that. Oh man. But to start it on a good note, I think this con was really good. Really good. There's just so much to see and do. You don't even have time to do everything. And it's really hard to get exclusives.
That's not what I heard.
It is, man. Like,
just kidding.
Dude, I'm telling you, I could stick my arm out and shake Jeremy's hand that close to the booth. I still didn't get one. It's just the exclusives because they're busy and then they had a line too and they sold out quickly. It's there are other booths that have their stuff kind of organized a little bit better, but they also, if you look at the two companies I'm talking about, Mezco and Mythic Legions, it's limited quantities. Hasbro can just pull inventory out of their ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a set number.
There's a big production difference between Mezco and Hasbro.
Yeah.
That's what I heard anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, it should be good. I'll try to keep it really focused, really tight. But yeah, I think this episode's important because it'll help some people kind of understand some things. In the end, people are going to make their own decisions if, you know, you want to call bullshit or whatever, you don't believe it. But I mean, I don't know how more prepared we could have gotten people. I mean, how many weeks did we talk about this? If you go back like and look at all the episodes, we pretty much talk about everything that happened. You know, so it's.
Didn't you say be prepared? I could be wrong.
Be prepared. Make sure you go to the booth that you want to go to first, whether it's Mezco or whatever. There's a little variable with that, but you know what I mean? Like have that kind of stuff. Networking, remember? People are going to be there, stuff like that. What else was there? I think didn't CC mention about Secret Drop? Like he mentioned the Void Cadet. We were talking about that. Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about all this stuff. It's I received, sorry CC. I received my 75 Gomez Samuel Jackson. I like the comic book. Yeah. That's a really good one, man. Son of a, it's good to see you, man. Thank you. But you guys took everything in. What'd you guys think?
CC?
Like, quick sound bite. What do you have?
I'll let CC go first.
You know, I was really impressed with the reveals. You know, here was the biggest shock for me was that I really thought with kind of the way the economy and things are going, that companies would start to kind of reel it in a bit. But it seems like everyone's going even harder. You know, you've got Mondo expanding their 112 line and getting into some other stuff, and Ada Toys is ratcheting up the production. It seems like it's man, sacrifices will have to be made. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, really interesting.
It is. Is it because what did you say? You just got shipping for the Bear and Snake Eyes too, right?
I did.
Yeah, so they're like pumping stuff out, man. It's like It's crazy. So just Bones, I highlighted your topic. When we get to that segment, I'll make sure that I answer it. But I guess a short answer would be yes. There's a certain limit of uh, items that they take to the con, and it's not as big as some of the other companies like Bandai or Reveltech. Reveltech was there, man. God, they had a bunch of shit. Or Bandai or Hasbro, Mattel, any of those other ones. They have huge inventories. And Mezco, Mythic Legions, those guys, they don't keep a lot of that, you know. So that's the short answer. Kadeem was ready. It was good to see him there. He was at the meetup. That was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It was a good time. Really good time.
There was a meetup?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
I didn't either.
We weren't invited.
You guys were invited. You just had to get a plane ticket. There'll be one at MegaCon if they go. You know?
I'm in. CC's coming.
Yeah. How was the meetup? I think it went well. Everybody else said it went well. I got that in there too. We'll talk about that. But won't keep everyone waiting because there's a lot to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. Appreciate everyone stopping by for episode 221. The Rumble Express. We'll do some quick news. So if you have a Rumbler coming and you looked at your FedEx tracking and your order went to Egypt, don't panic. There was a little bit of a glitch with the tracking. I don't know if they put the wrong tracking numbers attached to the wrong accounts, but some people have been getting on to their FedEx and saying, that's not my house. So don't panic. This is a little bit of a glitch. They said it happened to quite a few orders. What you need to do is, I'll zoom in a little bit, but you need to go to customer service. Of course, you'll put all your information, your order number, and just say, hey, my tracking went to India and I'm in LA. Can you please check on it? Mezco, they've been doing pretty good the last couple of days, or last day. They'll check that for you and they'll say, hey, that's the wrong tracking number. Here's the right tracking number. So don't panic. Just contact Mezco with your order number and give them a little bit, and they'll give you an updated FedEx number.
Or just log into the FedEx app and it'll just be there.
Mine did not have that.
No?
Mine said it was going to New York, and it was getting to that person today. And I'm like, what?
So if you go into your FedEx app, it doesn't show you like anything that's coming to your address?
I did it on the PC and I did it on the app. Because so a guy messaged me from the group and he said, hey, this said it was going to this location. I said, yeah, just contact Mezco and then call FedEx. And then he said, it's already got delivered. And he showed me a picture of it. And I was like, is that your PC or your FedEx app? He said, and he showed me both. I was like, just contact Mezco. And then a couple other people messaged me. So I contacted Mezco. I said, hey, the person that was there, I was like, hey, just let you know, you might get some emails about this. And they go, okay. Then I looked at mine and it said it was going to New York and it was being delivered in 2 hours. And so I had them look up mine and they say, yeah, this is incorrect. Here's the right tracking number. Just have people contact us. I said, okay. So it didn't matter. It was in both of them. And then you remember I said I ordered 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did a split delivery. And I was thinking, oh, great. One of them is going to go to this New York person. The other one's going to come to me here today. But I got both of them. It was fine. So.
Interesting. Like with mine, I usually it'll show up on my app before I ever get the email. And so I already knew I had the package coming.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I checked on the email, I clicked on the tracking for that and it was going to some other state or whatever. But I didn't even worry about it because, I had the tracking in my FedEx app. But that will only show me things that are coming to this address without me entering in the tracking number.
Okay.
Which is why I should have known right away that the claw that I ordered from Hasbro, those didn't show up in the app. And so I finally looked at the address closer and it was on its way to Louisiana. And that's why it wasn't showing up in my FedEx app.
And you called Hasbro to get that straightened out?
Yeah, I sent them an email and they fixed it before they ever contacted me back because it got delivered by the time they even responded to the email, but they did go ahead and fix it.
I'm gonna email them today.
Yeah, it's just something to look out for because, and then afterwards, Mezco did put out a little thing on their. They did put something out on their IG. So just so you know. But initially, it was kind of like everybody was like, had people messaging me, and I'm like, let me check on it, you know. And so, and then this came out probably a couple hours later. They were probably fielding all the emails and stuff, but it seems like they're getting it taken care of. So if you have something, and you do see a picture of your of your Rumbler in front of somebody else's house, don't panic. Just contact them; they'll take care of it for you. Senor Blanco. I was reading through the comic because I had a little spare time when I was at the con, and I saw this little scan code, and I'm like, "Hey, what's this?" Scanned it, and evidently, your wishes have come true.
Yes.
We will be getting a White Skull agent.
I heard it's going to be the same production number as last time.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. Just stirring the pot.
I know, right? Everybody else seems to know the numbers. Well, we're going to get this. If you have the Gomez comic, you can scan that. It'll take you to this. Funny thing is that when I scanned it initially, there was a countdown clock originally. And now if you go, hey, Jay, nice job on that mini diorama. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, the Comic-Con one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
did
was
you guys
sick.
see that?
Yeah. He was featured by Mezco, too.
Yeah. Cece, did you see it?
I did. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks great, man. But this had a countdown clock. Now it just says coming soon. I think there's a bunch of pictures on the internet, so I'm not ruining anything, but the countdown clock before, I think if it wheeled out, somebody said November 30th, but now it's been changed, so I would take that date with a grain of salt.
You know what that means. If they're anything like Big Bad Toy Store, when they say coming soon, it means Monday.
You think? Yeah.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah. T, really good to see you, man. This guy is so cool, man. We hung out at the meetup. We hung out at the con. Really good guy. Talented artist, man. Thank you, man, for stopping by the booth. We did talk, right? Because everybody says that nobody talked to anybody at the booth. Oh, fantastic news. If you missed out on the Fantastic Four set that was at the con, evidently you can go to Mezco. They had a couple of limited I'm checking right now. I didn't check that, but they had a couple of limited ones that they were going to be selling on the site. So if you missed out previously, or if you missed out at the con, you can join the wait list because it's gone. Old news, but it was available for a little bit. Limited quantities. I have an open tab. Oh, see, look, he still has it. B, what does it say? Does it like the number, if you don't mind? That's cool. See, he kept his tab open. Smart man. Let's see here. Yep. See, there it was. Fantastic Four. All right. Next, incoming. Okay, so I know we've talked about this before, but while I was at the booth, a couple people actually came up and they did ask one of the staff members what the status was with some of these figures. And the answer that the person gave them was these right here. The what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 figures. They are currently coming probably about 6 weeks out. So be prepared for that.
7 figures in about 6 weeks plus.
Hey, man. I know, right? But
that's a lot.
Yeah. So
is that going to put us in the fourth quarter?
No, fourth quarter is what? October, November, December.
Yeah, that's
no. Yeah.
Remember, so that's 8. So yeah, just shy of
September,
fourth quarter.
October. Yeah, September, October, November, December.
So so we could hit fourth quarter, which would be amazing. That Christmas push, winter's coming.
Yeah. I also heard this one too, Nightwing. Somebody asked about Nightwing because they were talking about the red one. So kind of be prepared for that one too.
Oh, you
And
probably have
and this figure is badass, man. I can say because I have it in hand. I
you
like it a lot.
one that people didn't want to see a red version of, but sold out.
It's sold out. I thought Gomez was gonna sell out. Everybody was asking about this one. KJ was one of the guys that was posing, and he got dibs on that one. And he took the legs and he did this like low crouch, legs turned in, and I didn't see any stress or everybody's talking about the material.
Mm-hmm.
The figure was able to do the pose, hold it. I didn't see any seam or like stretching in that material. I haven't gotten a chance to open mine, and then I tried to touch that one, and he's like, well, I had dibs on certain ones. B. Rivera says 123 days, 17 hours, 10 minutes, 13 seconds. But that was a couple seconds ago. So, yeah. How do we feel about this incoming flood?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm glad I'm not a completist.
I have all that ordered.
Yeah. Hey, eyes up here. Okay. Yeah. I didn't really want to talk about this one, but Superman went up for pre-order. 116 comes out January, March next year. 116. So that seems like it's going to be the new price point, I guess, for figures.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first figure I only ordered one. I have some pictures that were from the con later, but
don't worry, CC ordered 2 to make up for yours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I haven't seen the movie. I don't have a big attachment to this right now, and I mean, we talked about it 2 weeks before the show, and we were talking about the possibility of like, because we don't know the movie and it's a movie figure and we're not big fans, what we would do. And it's good that there are people that I know. Todd's a huge Superman fan, so yeah. So do we want to dwell on this at all, or do we want to get to the good stuff?
Let's get to the good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, here we go. But Superman is there. He's up for pre-order right now. The setup. I like to go through this because everything that we're going to talk about is context. You got to see everything in its totality, right? So let's start from the beginning. KJ and I, we flew out 4 o'clock in the morning, right? On Monday. Hey, little guy. He traveled with us. So we got up, got on our flight. We flew to San Diego. I had to stuff him down there. Is it showing up? It is. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. There's KJ back there. Hey, there's Darius right there. Flew to San Diego, got to the hotel, checked in, and then what did we do right after that? We went right to the convention center, started setting up. Average
airport security.
We skipped all that. We had grub.
Oh,
we just walked right through.
You flashed the badge. You guys got through.
You just kind of like walk through. You just show him. That's all you had to do. What is it? Probably get 2 Hulks. Yeah, we'll talk about Hulk. But we went right to the convention center, started setting up. Setup every day is probably about 10 to 12 hours. Everything that you see there, all those things that are all set up and everything, all of that is pretty much done right down to the wire. Wednesday night is preview night, and because of Paige's slow ass with the broken dioramas, it pretty much gets set up right to the last minute. But that's all the stuff got to be taken care of. Set up, and it's a long process, but it's fun. Guys that were there working, it's a lot of fun. I can't tell you this. I actually counted. I usually count, but this year I counted. And there's over like 400 pieces that have to be set up, not including the dioramas and the other stuff. So yeah, all that's done within 2.5 days. A lot of work goes into it. But yeah, got all your setups. Reason why I say that is because it takes a lot to put all that stuff up. They did. Remember how we talked about last time about timing online reveals with putting them in the booth? So along with the 400 pieces, this year they had the most reveals for a convention. You want to take a guess?
Not
Just counting 112, or are we counting overall with like the LDD and?
Yeah, we'll just do 112. Not a lot of people really care about Living Dead dolls, unfortunately, but
One person in this group does.
they do?
Yeah, CC.
Oh,
I'm really big into the clown stuff.
don't worry, CC. I have pictures for you in that.
How many total reveals? I want to say 8.
New reveals.
8.
8? What do you got, CC?
12.
CC's closer.
Over or under?
So total, what was it? Let me count. Hold on a second. 18, what was that? 5, 11, 16. Oh, well, let's just do 7. Let's do 7, right? So that's a 2, 20, 30. 30 total reveals.
Holy shit.
Brand new reveals. 18 of them were 112s. This ties into this segment because I call this Relax Chicken Little. You remember the story of Chicken Little, right?
Sky is falling. Sky is falling.
Yeah. Little Chicken Little goes around, running around, gets hit on the head. You know, he's playing a practical joke. And he's saying, yeah, sky's falling, sky's falling. Goes around, tells everybody. And they're like, oh, crap, really? He's like, yeah, sky's falling, sky's falling. We all know he's lying, right? Just talking shit. Then one day, Chicken Little's walking around. Acorn falls on his head. He's like, oh, shit, the sky is really falling. Really falling. It's got the little wolf in the back.
You got a scalper.
Yeah. It probably is, right? But the premise is there's just always one person running around talking a lot of shit. And usually what happens is that person keeps doing it. And then the warning or the words, they lose their value. That was one of the things with that. I saw something that after all the setup and everything that you're organizing, I just saw people complain about certain things. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me, man. I was like, man, I can't believe it. One of the things I saw was like somebody saying something about how the reveal online were the ones that were the reveals that they showed in the show, and it was like a wasted effort. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
I thought it's funny because how many times have we had reveals and people are like, that's all? They're going to just show us, a mask and that's a reveal. So when they show you more, hey, not only do we have this isn't a digital render. This is something that's it's tangible. And we're still not happy as collectors, which is kind of crazy. The only thing I was disappointed about in the whole thing was all of the pictures that came out Wednesday night. I was kind of shocked about all that. Because by Wednesday, pretty much just about everything was shown, which was real surprising to me. Usually it takes a little bit longer than that, but other than that, I had no problem with everything being in person, which I just think is cooler, and it lets you know that they're further along. It's beyond just the idea stage.
Well, you noticed that too as well with like some of those samples that they were they were farther along. What about you, MC? What do you think?
My thought on the person that made that comment, they joined mine.
No. What do you think about?
I'm glad
they did it. About them showing.
I'm glad they did it. I think it's great. We got to see it early, like Cece said. We see how far along they are in production. Obviously, anybody can zoom in and you could see, the glue on certain figures. I won't say any names. Leave it to yourselves to zoom in and look. But it's great. I mean, they're that far along. Man, people just gotta enjoy it. Like, we live in a digital world now, and everybody wants to see everything right away. There, you get it. You got it. You got to see everything. You got to see more than their normal reveals anyway. Normally, like 4, 6 reveals, whatever, over the course of the weekend, but you got all those bonus reveals that they didn't show.
Yeah. So MegaCon, you were there last, this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think for MegaCon, and I counted some because there's a little bit of a gray area, but I think max for like 112 max, we probably got between 4 and 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
The previous year with San Diego, there weren't that many either. So you pretty much essentially got like double the amount from the last 2 cons. I didn't put New York in there because, well, some of that stuff was kind of the same, just updates.
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much got double. And someone messaged me and said, "Oh, well, it's taking like a slot." I don't know what's up with the slot thing, but people were like, "Yeah, it's just taking up a slot. That that would have been something new." And I understand, but the thing is, you also have to take into consideration is that all the stuff that was online, the biggest thing that everybody talks about is what CC said, right? These are all digital renders. Why aren't they showing real stuff?
Look at the reveal last year of the Hulk. All it was his head. It was, now look what we got in the case. And the same thing, like Superman was blurred out in that digital render that we got. You had to see Superman in hand.
Right. And so I would rather have the trade-off of them doing a tease and actually showing a figure than to have a slot being taken up by that tease, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a symbol. I'd rather see the whole thing complete.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's not really taking up a slot. And it is in regards to this Chicken Little thing. I mean, with the number of reveals that were shown, I don't see why anybody would have any reason to complain. Unless it's something that was put out that you personally don't like, and you were using those slots to say, well, I wanted to see Perseus, and they didn't show it, so this is a bomb. It's not worth it. I think that's what every time I watch somebody, their content creation about something, it always seemed like it was very it was personal preference. I didn't see this character, so the show's a wash. It's not good. Or and it always seems like that. They gave you double the amount of reveals and they showed them in hand. So I don't know. Like, there comes a point where, like I said, with Chicken Little, your words, like, you got to stop like trying to complain about every single thing because your words are losing value. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, how much more can you really do for somebody? And that's going to be a running theme through this too. It's like, pick your spots. Complain about everything. It's not going to benefit anybody. What was the question? Past my wife. But yeah. And these are just things I wanted to hit on really quickly. Why won't you talk to me? I saw this a lot. Do you guys have anything about this before I start? While you guys are talking, let me flip through some of this stuff. These are booth pictures, just to let you know. Go ahead, talk. There's plenty of booth pictures of people engaging. So you'll have plenty of time. Yeah.
People complaining that they didn't talk to you. So they either A, didn't come up to you and just assume that you're going to walk up to every person in the booth because, there were only probably 10 people that showed up, right? To the Mezco booth, it looks like.
Oh, we'll have pictures of that later.
Or they're just looking for a reason to bitch. Or they didn't get the answer they like.
I think that's a big one.
Some of these guys look familiar.
Somebody will say they're all content creators, but don't worry. There's other people in there too.
Those 2 kids have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, pretty much everybody. We only talk to content creators and do interviews.
And vendors, right?
No. TC, you want to go?
Yeah. Man, it's
go back one picture.
Oh my God, that's Mary. That's Mary. Really quick fun fact: Mary was at the meetup and she would try to kidnap Grub. I don't know how many times. I was dumb. I left the bar one time and she had it and she stuck him in the purse, like I wasn't gonna notice. Yeah. She's like, "I'm taking him with me." I'm like, "No, you can't do that." I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That guy got a YouTube channel, right?
You know, I commented on a post that was talking about, you know, just kind of the vibe or whatever. And I wasn't there, but you know, I'm fortunate enough to know some of the folks that were in that booth. And it's just been my experience just in the past that oftentimes people tend to match your energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it always bothers me when I talk to these people and they'll talk about a restaurant or whatever there it is, and you know, every time I go to this place, my order is wrong, or every time I go to this place, the people are so rude, or every time I go to this place, for one, if it's that bad every time, I don't understand why you go. And then for two, I often wonder, you know, I've eaten my whole life, right? That's how I got to be this size. Not once have I ever gone anywhere and got into an argument with someone that was serving me. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Not once. Not once have I had that issue. So, you know, I often wonder, you know, like, what are you doing to encourage that sort of behavior? And I'm just a firm believer that, you know, people tend to match that vibe. If you come out into the world with that, you get a lot of that back. A lot of that back.
My voice is hoarse because not only because my roommate got me sick, but it's from talking the whole time. Yeah. I can tell you how many people I talk to, really cool people. And I didn't have a bad interaction with anybody. Did I talk to every single person? No. But if somebody asked a question, I would answer that question.
To the best of your ability.
Yes, to the best of my ability. Had nothing to do with if I was a paid employee, if I was a volunteer. Because if I'm sitting there and somebody tells me, you can't talk about this, why am I going to jeopardize any opportunity that I have to tell you something that you're going to go out and tell 10,000 other people?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part about this. When, like you said, how did you come to the booth and talk to the person?
Yeah.
Because I was open to most, you know, anybody. I didn't have anybody that I didn't get along with come talk to me. I think that was kind of well established. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people kind of knew who, you know, and there was other people there. Like, you could go talk to Darius. You could talk to KJ, but you would still get the information that you needed, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't sit there and look at somebody and go, not talking to you. If you had a question, I answered it, you know?
Yeah.
But the question, I think that's the biggest thing. What's the question that you asked? Or what energy did you bring? Did you ask me a bunch of, like go ahead and run through, like, if you were asking like a question about the exclusive, go ahead. What would you say? What would you say?
What would I say? Is it still available?
No, sir. I'm sorry. We sold out for today.
So you're saying there's no more in the back?
No, there is some in the back. There's a daily allocation. And
so
tomorrow,
you could just save one for me.
I cannot do that, sir. We have to make it fair for everyone. So tomorrow at this time, you can come back, you can line up, and we will be able to try to provide that for you.
Can you tell me how many you guys sell every day?
No, sir. We're not allowed to say that.
So you're saying you could sell me one now?
No, sir. I cannot do that. Now, ask that question 5 more times.
But I won't be here tomorrow.
I'm sorry, sir. We have the daily allocation to try to make it fair for everyone involved.
But it's the only reason I came.
I know. I apologize, sir.
I need to subsidize my income.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I've been loyal to
Do you
Mezco.
see where it starts getting, it's like, what do you say after you've already kind of like, and so that's one exchange. Imagine that exchange multiple times. And don't get me wrong. I understand that is kind of what I'm there for at that time. But it comes to a point where you're like, hey man, I can't do it. I can't save you one. I can't sell you one. We don't have any more. I can just tell you what you need to do to try to be successful with it. And that's what I think the thing is. The problem is the answers that people were given were ones that they didn't like. Dude, there's video all over the place.
But Paige, I support your YouTube channel.
Huh?
I support your YouTube and I show up every week.
Yeah.
Come on, hook
Taking
me
my
up.
lights back.
You'll get stuff like that too, dude. Like, and Laser Pants is in here. You know, Ryan's in here. He was at the booth. You know, like, didn't avoid him. Talk to Chad and stuff like that. But I didn't want to deliver bad news to him. He came like 2 days straight, and I knew as soon as I saw him, I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, we just ran out. But there's only so much you can do. And that's what I think. A lot of people were disappointed with the answers that we're getting. But we'll talk about that in a second too. But what is it? Every single person I talked to in the booth was super chill and nice. Oh, thank you, man. I saw disrespectful people within the Mezco booth stay chill. That's why I enjoyed the booth the most. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. There's only so much you can do. And it sucks. Was Rumble Diorama Paige built? Yes, I did do that. Yes, sir. Yeah. Having a good group of having inside information we can trust is great. Some people don't understand that you burn a bridge. Yeah. I think it's an asset. There's things that, like this show right now, the things that we'll go over, you're not gonna know any of this stuff because there are people that came in as just attendees. But like I said, the things that we're gonna talk about, and it helps to clarify some of the stuff. It helps you because you wouldn't have that information. He said in there through a temper tantrum. Oh, he was very chill. I did ask him, I said, oh man, don't record me. I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to be a hit piece, man. But yeah. But it's those kinds of things. So like I said, I think the real question is that did you get an answer that you didn't like? And that's the part of it. Because that is where most of this stuff begins. Oh yeah, the last thing was the phones thing. We went over this, and it sucks to have to go over it again. But I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, I saw these guys that were on their phones and stuff like that." If you know me, you know what I was doing on the phone.
He was
Other people,
me and CC.
yeah. So I got you guys. I got you. I got them pulled for just you guys.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. If you saw me on the phone, this is what I was doing on my phone. Doing stuff like this, information. I know D and KJ were helping out people in the community, not with Mezco stuff. They were just helping, going to Hasbro, helping fellow collectors out. I got a message on my phone that we had to coordinate with Frank Miller because he was there at the Dark Horse booth, and this is cool. He wanted to take that Marv, and he wanted to have it on his desk while he was signing autographs. So we were coordinating with him on our phones to do that.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Got to meet him.
That's
to meet him, and yeah.
I'm sure he liked the figure.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure he really liked that figure because that was a surprise at the show.
Yeah, he did. It was really cool, and but all of that takes coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that you saw in the booth, you're in touch with the hotel and FedEx, like we were just talking about earlier, and you're tracking packages. And you're coordinating. You're saying, okay, it's at the hotel. Let's go pick up the sample so we can bring it back. So we can bring it back for the show, for the people. Can't do that without a phone. Getting figures approved by licensors.
Posting Doc Knock on eBay.
No, I did see that, but it wasn't me. Posting con photos. Everybody has a hand in that stuff. So stuff that's going up for social media. And God forbid you want to text your loved one and say, hey, I miss you. God forbid you do that. So you might have seen some people on the phone. They might have been doing something. And I tell you what, little inside secret. If I wanted to talk on my phone, I wouldn't do it at the desk. I would go back in the back. Or I would leave the booth and walk around. So little reality check. Please show me where you work so I can check and see how much you're on your phone too. Chicken Little, calm down. Oh yeah, this was another thing. Trying to coordinate this. I was on the phone for that. Hey, look, it's Frank Miller. Frankie, smiling. Oh yeah, this was all part of it too. We had to put this out. We had to hurry up and try to get all this stuff had to coordinate. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. The exclusive. Dun, 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 dun. Lay it on me. What do you guys think about this? Let's talk about that first. This was a in-person only exclusive. You can only get it there. Go. What do you got?
Did you see my screen name today?
Oh, what did it say? Oh, yeah.
That's what I think. Like it sucks that it's limited. Of course, you know, the people that out there that are completionists, it sucks that they may have to pay some exorbitant prices, but and it's what Mezco put out. It's Mezco's business. I mean, you know, I'm somebody that wanted it. I didn't get it. You know, I wasn't there. So you know, I'm happy for everybody that got it, that actually wanted it, instead of those that bought it to sell it at a ridiculous price. That I think I saw one today that was out of hand, but you know, that's my opinion.
Name drop. I was creating alibis. MC, I know you have a good take on this, right?
CC?
Oh, yep. Sorry.
So we'll break it up into two parts.
Mm-hmm.
First, as far as the choice for exclusive, we've talked about this in the past, and I agree with the way that they're going about this, to where they didn't pick like a key character from a line and make it something that was limited and exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about Casey Jones from last year, you know, that type of thing. So, you know, Shadow, you know, Doc Knock edition, whatever you want to call it, was a repaint, or what everyone would classify as a repaint. And if it were just a regular pre-order, people would be beating Mezco to death over it. This is lazy. This is all reuse. They're just trying to steal your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we would have heard the entire time. If this would have been one of those pre-orders where it was up for a month and you could sell as many as you wanted to sell, they bash them for it. But as soon as you make something limited or hard to get,
mm-hmm.
therein lies the problem, right? And then once you get numbers involved, you're not going to satisfy everybody. Never. Once you get the numbers involved,
mm-hmm.
everyone's going to be upset.
All right. So do you feel that this was something that was fair or foul?
So I like the idea of what they chose for an exclusive.
Okay.
Right. I can also understand them having exclusives to where you have to attend the convention in order to get one. I really do understand that, because it would kind of suck to pay all that money to go to a convention and you just have access to the same things that you could sit at home and get.
Right.
Right. So I can see incentivizing that as well. I really do. However, you know, we've talked about this a little bit. I'm not so sure the first in line is the best way to go about that as far as distribution.
Okay. Hola, Plasti. Great segue. So let's talk about that. So how do we start with this? Let's start with pregame and pre-night, right? Preview night. Okay? Bear with me, because you have to listen to this, because it's like a Tarantino flick. If you come in the middle, you don't understand it. And after we go through this stuff, hopefully people will have a better idea. You may not agree with it, but it'll show you how this progressed and how there were things done to try to make this fair, right? So we get there, and while we're doing inventory, we're counting how many, so we can figure out, you know, how many inventory, make sure everything is there, correct? Mm-hmm. Quick side note. If someone tells you that they know how many figures or how many of this figure there are, they're lying to you. There's only the people at Mezco, and there's 4 other people that know. We were told specifically not to tell anyone how many units there were of this. I know people are using this time-based math and stuff like that. I can tell you their numbers are off. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the number, but I can tell you they're off. I've heard a bunch of them. It's all wrong. Plus, let's say you did know the number. Let's say someone whispered it to you. There are variables that you are not aware of. There's figures that were in the display. There's figures that were given away as promotional or giveaways. They might have done a QC check and one of them might have been broken or something might have been missing and we used that. So there's a couple of figures that weren't even in that final count. Do you understand? So when people say there's this many, they don't know. There's only a couple people that know, and they're not going to tell you how many there were for obvious reasons because of aftermarket pricing. You imagine if you just spit out the number and people knew, it would just cause a riot. So that's the reason why. So pregame, they took inventory, and usually what they do is they go, you know what, we'll just have preview night, we'll just sell everything. And there was like a little meeting. We said, hey, you know, as collectors, this is limited. It's not going to be fair if all of this is kind of like sold in one night. And they said, okay, what do you think? We all gave our suggestions. And what they did was they said, okay, to make it fair for everyone, what we're going to do is we're going to limit it to one per person. And then we're going to sell it over 4 nights, right? Or 4 days. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that so far? You can be honest.
No, I'm with you so far. Makes sense.
We're good so far?
Yeah.
All right. Here's where we start getting into stuff. So preview night happens, right? Now remember, you're just a booth and you're selling, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Preview night happens. And it sells out very quickly, right? And then we start getting a little bit of feedback. Hey, this sucks. We weren't able to get this figure. So we started like looking around, doing some investigation and stuff like that, just trying to figure out where things went wrong, right? Again, this is preview night right here. This is the line. It gets progressively worse throughout the day. But as you can see, the line is already happening. Everybody's on the even playing field on preview night because it was like whatever, like 5, right? What we found out is that vendors were coming in, and vendors have a special badge that allows them to have access to come in early or just be there, period, right? So what we found out is that vendors were coming in and they were buying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is you remember how I was telling you that line, it wraps around the booth?
Mm-hmm.
This is the standby line. They take everybody and they line them up against the wall as well. So that's how long the line was on preview night. I will say this before we go any further. When we go through this, no matter what happens, like the decisions that are made, it all comes down to the fact that this was a limited run, and it doesn't matter how it was handled. All those units were going to sell out, and there were going to be some people that weren't going to get this figure, right?
Yep.
It was going to happen.
Yep.
It was going to happen. But this is the line. Oh, Paige, did you take video? Oh, yes, I did. Hey, what's D doing? Is he talking to somebody? Is helping somebody out? But as you can see, it's wrapping around already aligned, right? We won't keep going through that. But anyway, so found out what happened was that the vendors mixed in with some regular attendees came. The vendors had access to it, and 1 or 2 of the vendors actually were working at the convention. And this is it. Let me flip through really quick. That's what it looks like before. But found out one of the vendors actually bought it, took it to their store, and they were charging $500. Most of the stuff that was happening, they were taking it and they were putting it on eBay. So most people were like, hey, the vendors are getting access way before us. That's not fair for attendees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So day 2, they decided we're not going to sell to vendors, right? Kind of like a problem solved kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they did that. Day 3 comes around, and what happened is when you're in the convention, they make an announcement that says, and anybody can tell you that's in there, they'll say, "Attention,
Excuse me.
God bless you. The
Thank you.
floor will be open in 15 minutes. Please be at your booth." Blah 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 blah. They do at the end of the day too. "Attention, you have 30 more minutes before the floor closes." Right.
Mhm.
So when you look at the clock, it says 15 minutes. It's 9 o'clock. Right. That's when they open the floor for people to come to buy. Obviously, we already said that there's people on the floor already, correct?
Correct.
Right. If you looked at those individuals, besides the vendors that you took out because they had special badges, would you be able to tell who those people were or what their intent was?
I hear vendors smell different.
They smell different?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
They probably had deodorant.
They would have a little bit of a fresher smell. Less stress.
Yeah.
Come out the shower.
Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have that sense of desperation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But there are people that are volunteers and other things too that are on the floor at 9 o'clock. It'll come into play when we go to day 4 or day 3. So we found out that there were still people getting on the floor early. And I didn't understand this until the end. So on day, it was happened on day 2 and 3, right? Because that's when we figured it out. Now day 4 is the last day. Now day 4, we figured out what happened is you have people that have access on the floor that are already on the floor at 9 o'clock, right? As Mezco the vendor, all you know is they're making the announcement that the show has started and you can sell, right?
Mhm.
What they didn't know is when you come to the convention and you come early, some of these guys come at 5 o'clock in the morning, they will line you up and put you in Hall H in a holding area, right?
Okay.
And this is because I talked to a couple of attendees. So this blows that other thing out of the water when they said nobody was there talking to us. Because how would I have gotten this information? Right? I talked to 10 attendees. They came up to me, justifiably mad, but wanting to vent about this. So they came up and they said, "This isn't fair. You guys got all these guys lining up at 9 o'clock and we haven't even gotten through the doors." And I'm like, "Well, can you tell me what's the process? What do you have to go through?" They line them up in Hall H. Then Hall H is at like an escalator, right?
Mm-hmm.
They also line up people downstairs at this little door when you come through the regular convention center. So it looks like this. What they do is they take the people from Hall H, they guide them down the escalator and let them go. This is starting at about 9:15, 9:30. We're tracking time, right?
You're too late.
Also, the people that are in that hall, after all of that's cleared out, they let those people from the hall come through. So your average time that you're waiting is between 9:30 to 10 o'clock. You've already missed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. This happened those couple of days because, like I said, as a vendor, you don't know this. You just hear the announcement that the floor is open and you're welcome to sell, because they don't allow us to let lines form or let the sales be done before 9 o'clock. So when you heard people say, yeah, they were kicking us out or kicking us off the floor, it's like, yeah, you can't line up until the hall is open. The floor is open. But you don't know all that stuff because you're just hearing the announcement for a couple of days. The last day's when. So day 4, well, we'll stop there. Is there anything that you guys kind of like, well, suggestions or anything like that, or you know what I mean?
No, I understand the problem from what you described there already.
Yeah.
You've
Already, right?
got multiple lines forming in different locations.
Mhm.
So it's not actually a first come, first serve situation. The people that were, that are allowed on the floor early are taking advantage of that. But
Mhm.
how are you supposed to know who those people are?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're really a victim of the venue.
Yes, because of the process, the way it goes.
Yeah.
And again, this is a policy that they have, or how they allow people to come in safely. How they direct the flow of traffic. And again, all as the booth is from the announcement.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 9 a.m. Like I said, the lead up, 10. It's you guys got 10 minutes. The floor will be open in 10 minutes. The floor will be open in 5 minutes. You know, today's day 2. Welcome, convention goers. Please walk, do not run.
Yep.
The convention floor is open. That's all you're hearing.
Yep.
Right? And so that's right. So day 3 hits, and we hear about this and say, okay, what is something that you can do to make it fair for everyone? Because you've already allocated for 4 days, right? You've already put a limit on it. And you now recognize that regular convention goers haven't had a really good chance over the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You adjust for next year. That's what
you don't. You don't adjust for. He's no, Ryan. No, I wasn't saying you. I saw a bunch of people doing math where like I saw 12 people in front of me. If you times that by 2 divided by, I was like, what are you guys doing? It's like, no.
Yeah.
But you say wait for next year, right?
Yeah.
What do you say, MC?
Same.
What?
Yeah, because that, in all honesty, the live sale, the way you were trying to do it in that venue, the way they had it set up, there is no fair way to do it.
Right.
Because you got people lining up, and so at that point, it's just a game of luck.
Right.
Which leads me to my solution.
Yeah. Let's hold on to it just for a second because I do want to hear it. And I'd love to hear everybody else's suggestion with this too. Because so remember, you're trying to make this fair for everyone. And so we've already done the vendors cannot buy after the first day. We've already done 1 per person allocated for 4 days, correct? And you can see, remember, there's no rule at the convention that says you have to do any of this stuff this way. They could put that stuff out on Thursday, sell out of it, and then be like, hey, we're just done. We just sold it, right?
Yep.
There's nothing dictating that. A lot of these companies, they try to do it to make it fair. But like I said, at the end of the day, there's a limited amount of items to be purchased. And even in doing it this way, somebody is not going to get it. A bunch of people are. So the last day, they had a discussion. They said, you know what? This isn't fair for the regular attendees. What we're going to do is we're going to move the time back to 10:30. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are problem solving on the fly.
That's part of it too. Because you're trying to make it fair for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Every day there was an area of concern, which is, I think, is totally justifiable. I put myself in that situation too, where I thought if I didn't have the access I had to be there, what would I have done, and how would I have felt? And that's why I listened to like people telling me stuff, and they were like, "This is bullshit." You got people cursing at you. I don't have to sit there and listen to people curse, but I know that I would be just as passionate. I just wouldn't convey it that way. I would just be like, hey, man, this is messed up. I had so many people come to me and say, hey, I saw these people. I've come for the last 3 days. I haven't had a shot to do it. Right. And that kind of energy I took, and I said, hey, there's people out there that have been here every single day. I know they're not trying to like flip stuff. Certain people you can kind of tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't look like that. You know, some young guy, and he's got like a Nocturnal shirt. And
they look like Snipes Whiplash or
freaking Woodford tattoo on there. I'm like, that guy, he wants it, you know? And so like and go back there and you say, hey, these guys have been trying, and the decision was made, okay, let's try to make it even playing field for everybody.
I heard this look like Snipes Whiplash.
Yeah, and we'll skip the last part of it. But I can tell you, even with doing that, it got out of control. We won't go into detail or anything like that, but the way that things happened after that was not right. And that all leads up to trying to make sure that it was a fair, equal playing field. And the reaction was not good with it. There was pushing, there was shoving, there was cursing. And, you know, nothing that I haven't experienced in the military, but when you're doing things to put other people in a position where it compromises their safety, it's a toy. And I saw a bunch of people act like it was a scene from, what was that movie? Turbo Man or whatever it was. Remember that? He got two. That on
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. It was
Didn't
just
go all
like
the
that.
way.
Yeah, it was just like that. So that is what happened. You can take it with a grain of salt. You can say, oh, this is all BS. Or you can go and contact the convention and they will give you all of their policies and procedures and how they take people, funnel them in. You can talk to people that were at the convention and say, what time did you get in? I'm not BSing this at all. But I do think it's important to understand that it's not Mezco or anybody else sitting there looking at people go, I'm not going to sell to this person, or we're going to make it difficult for people. Because trust me, they want to move merchandise. And they did take this situation and look at it and say, how can we make it fair? Because like I said, Thursday night, they could have just sold everything. So,
Yeah.
what do we got?
Ready? Solutions?
Yeah, so
Are we doing
taking
that?
all that in, what do you think? And everybody else in the chat too, because this would be, this is something that I heard a whole bunch of different solutions. But I'd
I've
like to
talked
hear.
about this before. And the only thing close to a convention I ever went to was Star Wars Celebration when it was in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And Hasbro had a couple of Black Series convention exclusives. And the way they did it was when you bought your ticket, it gave you access to go online where they randomly selected people to be able to purchase certain exclusives. Right? Now, you didn't necessarily have to buy it, but that was the only exclusive that you were eligible to buy. And then when you went to the convention, it told you when your designated pickup time was, so there was never a line. If you were allowed to buy Anakin Skywalker, that was the Celebration exclusive, and then you were supposed to be at the booth between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So literally I got mine. I believe it was Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think was the one that I got that year or whatever. I went there like right in the middle, no line, got my exclusive, left, enjoyed the rest of the convention.
Yeah.
Might not have been the one I wanted because I think Darth Maul, I think, was the other one. So I think I ended up buying Darth Maul on eBay, I think, if I remember right. But, it was what it was. And there was zero stress about the entire experience. There was zero stress at the booth. I knew ahead of time exactly what I was going to get. So I knew ahead of time whether or not I was going to buy one on the secondary market. All that was eliminated. To me, the only other way to make it easier is if you're guaranteed to have enough for everybody that attends, which isn't reasonable.
And therein lies the issue. Like I said in the beginning, there was never going to be enough.
Yes, never. So the question is, what's the fairest way to give everyone the same chance? And to me, the fairest way is to say, hey, everyone that bought a pass was in the lottery, right? Yeah. If you were there, you were in the lottery. So it doesn't matter if you got stuck in hallway H, if you got stuck in hallway J, or if you were wandering around in the lobby. If you bought a pass, then you had the same chance that everyone else literally did. And the same amount of people are still going to be unhappy. But it's going to eliminate all the stress.
And see, so really quick, and then MC, I'm going to get to you and hear your thoughts about it. But I like how in a group, you will see a couple of people give one side of the story, and then everybody takes that side of the story. And I know we just spent probably 30 minutes just on this, but I think it's important to hear another side of the story too. And because other people will start feeling comfortable giving their side of the story too. Like El Junkie, he said on Saturday, it was better, but man, people were bats crazy. I got crushed, I got pushed. There's so many people that got thrown. Yeah. There were kids. There were kids there. I looked over. There was a pregnant woman that was close to me. And all these people are pushing. I understand.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, I understand the desire to get a toy. I really do. But there comes a point where your anger at the fact that you're not going to get this toy supersedes everything, and you're not caring about anyone or anything around you. And I kept telling people the same thing. A lot of the question I got was, "This isn't fair. Now it's sold out." And I told people, I was like, "You gotta like hold on and wait a little bit. I'm sure that they're taking all of this in, and you don't know what they're gonna do. They could say, 'Hey, this was really popular, and people want this. Let's try to do something else.'" Right?
Yeah.
Possibility. That also brings up a very good point that I keep making. And it's whether you're a troll or whether you're a collector, you know, they look at this feedback that people put on the line.
Yep.
And if you're saying, like she said, if you're saying this is a lazy repaint or this is a cash grab, why do you think that they're going to make a bunch of something? It's the perfect exclusive. People said that they didn't like people like the figure, but people keep complaining about repaints, right? All right, well, we want to make something that's kind of cool. People think that we do a lot of repaint, so what's the difference in just changing a couple of things? Because this isn't just, spoiler alert, this isn't a repaint. I know that's probably gotten around too. There's a couple of differences with this figure. Just shot the price up even more, right? There are a couple of differences. This isn't like an accessory by accessory copy of that figure. There are a couple of differences. I haven't said anything because I want to see if people really pick it up, but I'll give you one. The cannon is different than the other cannons. The cape is different on this one than it is the 2.0 version. There's a couple of other things. So it's not a straight repaint copy. But most of it is reuse, and that's what people complain about. So why wouldn't that be the perfect con exclusive? People don't like it. And so they said, let's do a small run. It's not going to affect anybody because everybody complains about repaints.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of say in what companies do. They take that stuff into consideration. Same thing goes with positive. You like something, say something. We had a discussion about a brand, a line. And one of the questions was, hey, are you guys going to continue it? And the answer was, I didn't think people were interested. When we looked at the feedback from the pre-order, it was all negative. We don't see a lot of pictures. We don't see a lot of people talking about it. So we were just like, okay, nobody's interested. It works both ways. But you have that power and influence to a certain degree. And people should start trying to utilize it a little bit more instead of just doing this stuff. And if you got people that are being negative, dude, if you're positive or you like something, be louder than that.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are just talking shit, just talk shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, Ray. MC, what do you
got? I like the idea of a lottery system as well. Everybody has a chance. You enter your name, especially if it's limited like that. I think that's the fairest way, but no matter what, you're not going to make anybody happy. Like that's what it's going to boil down to. And I think somebody made the comment earlier, you got 150,000 people or whatever it was at Comic-Con. There's no way you're going to please everybody. And granted, I know 150,000 people or the total attendance of Comic-Con isn't at Mezco booth, but I don't know how else to make it more fair than that. Like what CC had, I guess CC's similar to a lottery where you get your badge picked for whatever exclusive it was. I think, maybe that's what they do. Day one, come register, and these people from day one, we're randomly picking these. Of course, I don't know the number. Paige never shared it with me. 25 or 100, whatever it is. These 100 people report to the booth. You have whatever. This is. I don't know. That's probably the fairest way to do it. Tag instead of the vendors getting in line first, or the people that have you know, coming from different exits or whatever it is. I don't know. I guess that's probably the fairest.
And remember, we're talking about all of this stuff in hindsight. When it's happening, you don't know it's happening.
Right.
Right. And so, and that's something I wanted. It's not trying to brush it off, because I had a bunch of people that would talk to me and say, "Hey, man, this is fair." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I totally get it." And I think it resonated with some people, but some people I don't think that they thought that I was. But I mean, what can you say to somebody that's going to make it better, other than, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry, I got one in the back. I'll give it to you. That's the only remedy for that. And you're trying to like empathize and try to show people, hey, I get it, but I don't know the full story. And if I was somebody that just didn't want to talk to anybody, I didn't have to sit there and listen to that for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to everybody that came up to me, because I'm taking notes. And I'm like, okay, I don't want this. I'm a collector too. I don't want this to happen to anybody. But if I didn't want to talk to anybody, you know what I would have said? Sorry, we're sold out. And I would have went in the back. How do I have all this information? How do I know all these stories? So if you're someone that's sitting there saying, yo, people don't listen and they didn't talk to anybody, how do I know all of this stuff? There's people in this chat that talk to me. There's people that talk to Darius, that people talk to KJ. And it goes back to like what I was saying. When you talk to somebody, was it because you didn't get the answer that you wanted? I sat there and listened to everybody because it's important. You don't want this stuff to happen. You don't want people to be in danger. You don't want people, you want to give people the best chance to be able to get whatever exclusive they want. But again, there's only so much you can do. But you also want to listen to suggestions too, because maybe it's something that can get better.
I think,
because what's going to happen? I mean, if they see that, what would some companies would be, you know what? Screw it. It's not worth the trouble. Let's just not do it at all anymore.
yeah. And the people that got physical, and those people need to take a long look in the mirror at how they are. Is that how they want their kids to be, or how their parents react to grown ass adults pushing and shoving like that? Nobody needs especially with children there and a pregnant lady. Like, if anybody wants to private message me and have that discussion, by all means, please. I'll gladly tell you my real opinion.
Yeah. But that's not the blame. It's always the blame. I remember I watched, what was it, Rising Sun?
Yeah.
With Sean Connery. Remember that? And Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
And he's like, Americans, and I'm not taking shots at Americans, Japanese, whatever, right? He's like, Americans are always focused on someone to blame. The Japanese is like he said, they have it the other way. Find out what's fucked up and fix it. Blame, find out the problem. And as you go through this whole thing, you can see if you want to blame, there's plenty of people to blame. You can say Mezco didn't make enough. You could say the security didn't do that. You could say that the line management. You could say that the vendors were taken from people. You could say people were like scalpers. I saw guys pick people out of the line and pay them money and buy their exclusive right off their hands right then and there. What am I supposed to do? Or what is anybody at the booth supposed to do? Hey, you stop. I mean, there's these little variables that people think that people don't think of. They're just like, Mezco's just trying to screw everybody. No, there's a collective orgy going on with this. It's like you're just not paying attention. And you think that it's just one person. There's a lot of people that you can place blame, but that's not the point. The point is to say, okay, what was the problem? How do you go about to fix it? He said it's perfect, kind of exclusive. He said, no, I didn't get it. So yeah, that's what happened. So maybe they'll be able to figure out something. Now that you say it, CC, that's why I wanted to have the conversation. I'm wondering if that would even solve the problem. Like having the lottery, you just have it and people put in their name and say, hey, these are the people that get it. You come at your leisure during the con. You're not like rushing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go at 1.
Yeah, because no matter what, you're still gonna have the same number of disappointed folks. You're just eliminating all the chaos.
Mm-hmm. And plus, it would alleviate a lot of stress on you guys in the booth, where you could actually, get off your phones and talk to the people.
think it makes your convention more it makes your convention more
instead of,
enjoyable too. And we're not spending your entire time waiting in a line.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like the whole allocation part of it, cool, because it said, okay, once that's sold out, it's sold out for the day. It may suck, but at least you can go and enjoy it. You're spending a lot of money to be there. And you don't want to like hold people up. I hate lines.
Yeah.
But again, at the end, you only had so many. Do you think that if they I thought about this. Do you think if they would have just had that figure, not said in person and exclusive, but it just to be there, but they didn't put limited or anything, they just had it there, and it just naturally kind of sold out? Like if they told people, yeah, it's sold out for today, and just not kind of like hyped it up or publicized it, you think that would have probably have been better, or it wouldn't have been as hyped?
It wouldn't have been as hyped, but they still would have caught on quick. It wouldn't have took long for word to spread.
Yeah. So yeah, through that whole thing, is there any questions you have, or did I explain it well enough? Let's see. Do you guys have any updates on the giant grub? Yeah, no. Sorry, man. I don't know if that's KJ or if it's 78 or no. I asked them about that. They just said they didn't have anything. Sorry. What is it? Can't make the comment start with. It's coming. I'm trying to go through some of the comments to see if anybody has like suggestions or questions about any of that stuff. I hope I explained it to where people can understand. How about the Decapod? Oh yeah, I have that. We'll talk about that. I did put that in there.
Yay.
Good eye. The point is, no matter what they do, people won't be happy. So it is what it is. Yep, unfortunately.
Hashtag quit bitching.
Yeah, Paige was definitely melting. No problem, man. But we didn't talk to anybody at the con, right? Yeah, that's the second year in a row. People were fighting. I wouldn't say that they were fighting. I would say that it started getting to a point where people were threatening. And that's another thing too. You don't want to have that. You want to kind of like diffuse that, and nobody should be fighting over a toy. I would say the con lottery could work, but that also failed this year. On preview night, some that got the time slots for the Micheal had their time slot canceled. I did hear about that. And they practically let anyone buy. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yes, we're going to. We are right now. I'm just making sure we finish up with this. The people. Okay. Yep. We'll fast forward a little bit.
The Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
The Lord's chicken.
Yes, it was great hanging out with you guys. Toy Migos, that was another highlight. All right. Very explanation. Someone else works at the booth and completely understandable. Okay, so now we'll start talking about good stuff. But I needed to get that stuff out of there because damn, there's too many rumors going around. Now we've kind of got that. Everybody can kind of make their own assumptions about what they want to do. So yeah, booth. Look at that. All that line. That's the line. Sold out. Let's see what we got. Lots of video. Oh, that's it right there. Here you go. Look, boom. You can't really go in there, right? Yeah, probably the last one. But yeah, there, right there. Boom. See it?
$500.
Yeah. Bought it from the booth, went to his booth, and then he sold it for $5. All right, Mezco Meet Up. I want to thank everybody that came. I really appreciate it. This was one of the highlights of the trip for me. I won't lie. I didn't think a lot of people were going to show up, to be honest with you. Had a bunch of people come up and they said, hey, it's, we're old. We can't be out like at 10 o'clock at night.
I've been fighting all day in the mosh pit at the Mezco booth. I'm tired.
Yeah, they were like, I just got done. Yeah, you just got done in the mosh pit. So, we're done. And so I thought that maybe a couple people would show up, and that was it. I do want to There's obviously a couple people I want to shout out. The Toy Migos. Thank you guys for inviting letting us use your space, because that's kind of like a content creator thing, but they were open to like kind of have us there and everything, you know. But that was cool. Cheney worked with me and let me know where I could go, and it was a great venue. We had it on the second floor, really nice, and I'm sure we're going to be doing that again. I want to thank Mezco Toys, because hear me out on this. You'll laugh at this. So I didn't want to brand them as a sponsor or anything, right? And so I was sitting at the booth, and one of the project managers was there. He's like, Paige, is your meetup tonight? I was like, yeah. And he said, oh, that's cool. What time? And I told them, and they said, oh, they said, do you want to take some of the stuff with you? I'm like, what, like Stinkles or something? They're like, no, you take some figures with you. So they actually gave like a couple of Agent Gomez's. There was somebody that actually brought their own personal figures and wanted to put them in the giveaway. So I want to thank Mezco Toys, because they comic books, they gave us that. A couple of Agent Gomez's. They didn't give us any Doc Nocturnals. They did offer. I will say that. I was like, hell no, I'm not getting beat up for this shit. And I said, it's like, I appreciate it, but no, thank you. So plus somebody was waiting in line for it, right? So I didn't want to have that get out on the internet and say there was a giveaway, but they were really nice. And then so we did that. We had a couple people first. It was a nice setup. And I think there was probably about 12, 13 people that showed up initially. We did the giveaway. We had some drinks, ate some food, did a lot of grub pictures and everything. And then I don't know, something happened. 10 o'clock, a bunch of people showed up. Toy Amigo showed up. There was a bunch of other content creators. June from Jada was there. They had Mr. Lee was there. G Baba was there. Mary was there trying to kidnap Grub again. It was just a good time. No problems. And so I think it went off really well. And if they go to New York, and if I'm able to go to New York Comic-Con, we've already talked about trying to organize something there, as well as MegaCon and as well as San Diego again. So make sure, like, see. But yeah, it was packed, man. There were people behind us too, so it was a good turnout, man.
Grub knows how to pick them.
I know, bro. He was
Grub's a stud.
Yeah, he was pimping all weekend, bro. I was like, geez, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right there.
He was there. Like, Mezco Meet Up was lit. Yeah, everybody had a good time, man. There was no problems. That's the biggest thing. Like, everybody just, if there were people there, like we said, if there was people there that you didn't really talk to or get along with, everybody just kind of kept their side, but everybody co-mingled. It was a good time, no problem. So if you do get a chance and the meetup comes, I'll make sure that I put a lot of information out about it, have it organized a little bit better, and I expect the next one to be a little bit bigger this time. The next time. So I wish you guys were there. That would have been cool. He said that. Okay. So, and then we'll get to the big show, because that's what we're here for, right? Lots of big stuff.
Oh,
what was the things that stood out to you guys the most? I have
Red
pictures
Hood.
of everything.
Red Hood really jumped out to me. That's a really good one.
Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman Year One. Where the hell did that was a shock.
Now, when you say Sparky, you talking about the gangster, or you talking about the other Sparky he just showed?
Oh, huh?
The gangster.
Oh, come on. Remember, charm of the show.
Yeah, Red Hood was sick too. Like he was jumping out of a panel, a comic book.
Yeah.
That thing, man, looks so great. So I figured you would name some figures off, and I'll tell you some things that I saw. How about that?
Thor.
Right?
I got you, CC.
Thor looks good.
Uh-huh.
So good.
Oh yeah, that's an updated one too. So this is really cool. I think this took everybody by.
God dang.
Yeah, dude. So these, how they used to use, or one of the complaints is that this was plastic and like on Adder, and it was kind of hard for him to like move his leg or twist and turn because you would possibly break that.
Yeah.
For this, remember, all the things that we're looking at that are new, they are prototypes. They're not the final version of the figure. Things may change. Now that we got that out of the way. This was kind of like those little ties. Like, you know how they're stretchy?
Elastic, kind of.
Yeah. And then...
your waistband of your underpants.
Yeah. And this thing was very posable, double jointed, no ab crunch problems either, you know? I know a lot of people look at that and think that it is, but and it looked badass. I really think that when the final version drops, people are going to be really, really happy with this.
I like how shiny that head is.
Sell your customs now.
No, I didn't say that. Yeah, very reflective. Very cool. What's the next one? Heath
Ledger Joker.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got a good picture of that. Awesome. So I know a lot of people. I don't do this, but a lot of people are comparing that to the like in art one.
I don't even know. Sorry, I don't know what in art. I didn't even know about in art until this weekend when people were in art.
I've got a third-party one around here.
Yeah.
I can't remember who made it. It's not in art. Somebody else. Might be Felix Toys.
Is that the one that's off scale, CC? Like it's
so. Definitely excited about Red Hood, new female body, Batgirls. Yeah, I would love to see that.
God, look at that jacket.
The Turtles, yeah. Let me star this so we know where to come back to, and I'll get to your commenting in there. Again, prototype, but I was really, really impressed with the sculpt and paintwork. And this isn't done yet.
I want to know how I get all these stars.
From what I see, yeah, he has them, dude. Like you could see him in there. I love the eyes. But as you can see, like the jacket, each one of those is a separate piece. So if you took the jacket and the other jacket off, you could get that look of when he was sitting in the jail.
Damn.
And again, I'm only going by what I can see from the booth. Nothing backstage or anything, right? He had, you can't see it, but I had another picture, but he has this like gold pocket watch chain right here too. I thought that was badass. But I really like this.
Does he have the suit bomb thing?
Next.
Oh, the grenade.
The suit bomb. Oh, yeah. I didn't see any of that. Anything next? What's next? Here you go, CC, just for you.
Can't wait for that one. Can't wait for that.
We'll get off of it.
I'm pre-ordering too.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's badass, bro. Anyway. Next. What do you want? Oh. Here, we'll just go through this.
And I don't like movie figs, but this is a duo that I'm getting.
Looks pretty good.
I like how they have
I thought this was really good.
The cape looks really good too. How they have it laid.
It didn't. Yeah. They had they also had the Bale head sculpt, the unmasked one. Wow. It looked really good. And then we did a team vote and we're like, what should be put out? And we were like, let's do the mask one and then show the other one later. But that other head sculpt looked really good. Still in development, but I love the material with this. It looked like it was like individual like layers. This belt was really cool. I know a lot of people get worried about the overlays, but
or tummy or weight nothing.
But yeah. Thoughts?
Looks good.
Gotta have it.
I didn't see a reveal or anything that didn't look great. Like All of them. It's just figure after figure after figure, and my wallet just kept getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
You're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, because I didn't see a whole lot of figures where I'm like, that's an easy pass. That's an easy pass. You know, that Hulk, you know, I was kind of, you know, let's be honest, I was pretty satisfied with my maximum Hulk. So I was thinking, you know, what in the world could Mezco possibly do to make me buy another, you know, expensive Hulk? But that thing looks pretty good. Pretty good.
Yo, one thing that I noticed with a lot of the pictures, some of the lighting, but then also how you take the pictures, like some of the proportions on the figures look bigger than others. Like you can look at different people's photos.
It's always angles, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this was
I mean, why is one hand bigger than the other?
yeah. But did you see that? Like it's almost like it was shot. And so I shot this wide because I was trying to get everything, and then the lighting was horrible. And I was like, I gotta open up so I can try to shoot this. But I got a brain fart right now, sorry, because I've seen this before. This is the first time everybody else has seen it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this I think everybody, the consensus was like he's too ripped or something like that. I think he looks cool.
Well, I commented on somebody that said that. They were talking about, oh, it was too much sculpting. It should have just been plain and flat like the comic. And then I'm thinking, if that's all you want, then why would you not just buy the Marvel Legend?
Yeah.
Right? If you want just a plain figure with no sculpting and no detail, then buy the $30 Marvel Legend. Like, you don't need to buy a $120 Mezco if that's what you're looking for. Right? Like, you can buy custom pants right now and slip it on a Marvel Legend, and you've got a plain Jane, you know, comic accurate Hulk if you want.
Yeah. Oh man, really quick, DMC, he was there, man. I hung out with him like a majority. He was at the Meet Up. Really good guy. It's the first time I've ever met him in person. I used to watch his videos with diorama building, and so when he was there, I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Huge fan. You know, watch your stuff. I learned a lot from you." So it was cool to. It was those kind of interactions, like where you get to meet people from the community that, you know, maybe they didn't know, and you talk to them, you know, about how they impact you. So it was really cool to speak to him. I think Bale Ledger will look great. Hulk is crazy. Yeah, many talked about the tone hinge on this. Oh, and CC, yeah, you know, you mentioned something too. Why does everybody want this figure or any other figure to look like another company's? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a little deceiving, but this thing is pretty big.
I saw somebody posted a picture and you could see Captain America next to it, I believe.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's very big.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's like,
No,
you know what I mean? Like Vortex suit big, but he's right. It's like, damn.
He's got some girth.
He got a HasLab, but no, he's pretty big. I can tell you he's bigger than Thing. And I think that's accurate, right? They always put them against each other, and he's always larger than him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Coyote. How you doing, man? How do you happen to know how he scales with the? I do not. They didn't have any. You know, it was more of like kind of like they were kind of close side by side. And again, this is a prototype. You never know; they might change some things. But I think if you're within the Mezco line, I think you'll be happy with this. It was, man. It was, man. So Hulk, that was a highlight. Let me think what else. Year one, this thing. Oof. CC, you in for another Batman?
I love a good Batman. What I like about this one already is it looks like a suit very similar to the Golden Age Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that figure. It holds up so well, and the suit it's just it's very forgiving, so you can do whatever you want with it, not worry about it. Should be a lot of fun. Waiting to see what accessories he comes with.
The loudest voice is not the most intelligent.
What about
I know. So sorry.
Nightwing or Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Oh yeah.
That was
I
a
do have
shock.
one here. Yeah, I do have one here. It reminded me of the old Joe Jusko pointing. Yeah, it did too as well. Did Miller did that run? Didn't he? Like year one? Isn't that Miller's run? I can't remember.
Looking it up.
I think it's Miller. But this was cool. He won't say anything, but it was cool to see this come in. And these are one of the things we're on the phone about. But
yeah,
it was cool. Yeah. But it was cool to see this come in, like it get coordinated. It's been delivered. Go pick it up. And then this was one that Mez was putting together. He put this together. Painting it, doing all the stuff and putting it together. And I think I've said it before, but it's just like you look at, I went behind the curtain and he was back there. He's fixing it up. So it's really cool to know that he's not some figurehead. You know what I mean? Like the company, he's actually doing this stuff and he put that out. I thought it was cool just to see somebody work on it like that. Oh, what else do we have? This one was an updated one. I'm pretty sure if you look at the last photos from MegaCon and this one, you'll see some differences. But this was a bit of an update. What do you guys think?
He looks dangerous.
Do you think he's too thin or? I mean, it's source material, but
yeah.
What do you think, like proportion wise?
I just don't want to have to wear Band-Aids all the time. I'm playing with them.
I hope year one comes with. Oh, that's a great idea. Purple gloves for the year one. Yeah, sorry. You guys said Nightcrawler. All right, we'll go to that one. There was so many like really cool. We'll get to the turtles in a second. Where is? Oh, there he is. This thing. Now, just from what you can see, right? This thing, I stood here for a little bit and looked at this thing a lot. Because you can see certain things. He's from the photo, you can see that he's double jointed. There's nothing that's going to restrict his abs, right? Double jointed knees. The tail, I'm kind of curious about if it's hard plastic or if it might have bendy wire in it. But I look at his feet, man. It's that whole foot is just one molded like piece.
Reuse.
It is, yeah. Who used that? Gomez? Gomez used that, right? And the hands?
Yeah, and the hands. And
the hands,
and the tail. And the tail.
And the tail, yeah. I was looking at this, and the first thing I thought was, I think this is cool because if you want to do like some of those balance poses and stuff, it's not on like a tiny foot or anything. So if you have him doing certain things, I do wonder if those feet, I think it'd be cool if the feet were removable and he had like hands, but they were clenched feet so they could clench around something.
So you can hang them upside down from something like acrobats.
Yeah, and the face sculpt to me just looked really cool.
Oh, it's perfect. The hair.
They could make the feet bendable like Mr. Fantastic. That'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, Lisa. Are you guys into this?
Yes.
More X-Men?
You never go wrong with more X-Men.
Yeah, I think I was excited. So, yeah, Thor. A lot of this was new.
What was the most noticeable change to you?
The cape was one, and then the arms. He had more hands and stuff like that. I think the pants were still the same material than they were from the last one. And it was cool because he had the hammer, and I couldn't get in there to do a shot of it. But
you can read the inscription.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah,
That's awesome.
and I wish we would have done something where it was kind of height compared towards like someone like Cap.
Mhm.
But we just maybe that's something in New York we can try to do. But they posed this one and wanted to have him flying, and it was cool.
Looks like that chest piece shouldn't really affect posability much. It looks soft.
Not
so much.
Again, this is still in development. Maybe consider both. Consider if it was soft, and also consider if it was hard plastic.
2 chest pieces?
No, meaning like, what if the whole thing was hard and it couldn't move? I did want to talk about this. I'm not. I'll be honest. This is like the only one that I was like, I'm not like too hyped about. But we talked about it before. Remember, we were saying, what if they did make a Superman?
Yeah.
The skin tone thing, I'll be honest with you, not making an excuse. If you've been there in the lights, he was kind of on top. And as you go, those lights, for some weird reason, they cause like this banding. And then they also make everything on top more orange. You can actually see it. You see how it's like here it's kind of white, and you see how here it's dark, and then it gets orangey.
Mm-hmm.
It's the light. So maybe next time it's displayed, can put it someplace else to kind of show people like the skin tone, because I know people were talking about that. And this suit, I'll be honest with you, this is early. I don't think it's gonna look like this, but I know a lot of those are two of the things that people, their main concern was with this. Did you guys pre-order this today?
I did not. I still haven't seen the movie. I went and saw Fantastic Four today.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like your typical superhero movie, though.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I'm gonna go see it this weekend.
It's definitely more of a. I would almost describe it as a superhero drama, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the way I would describe it.
Yeah.
Thing I found very, very interesting is for this to be the last movie until we have Avengers Doomsday, it seems like there's a lot of gaps still.
Do you think they're trying to use that as
spotted?
Do you think they're trying to use that as the way to kind of plug all these connections together?
Well, but my concern is, are they going to just wait till the movie to lay it out? But because I mean, that movie's not slotted to come out until December of next year, I think. And the only other project between this movie and that is, some of the stuff that's on Disney Plus, which are just animated, and then I think the Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So there's a lot of time between this and the next project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, man, you're not late. Glad that you're here, buddy. Missed your info. The cape on that one was wired again. All these are prototypes, they're not the finished. And he was not on a seamless body. You can tell by looking at the pictures, not by anything else. This is Crypto. Detailed. Seemed like he was a 5 points,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they would go all out on this one. Again, this is just my opinion looking at the pictures that I took.
It's more articulated than Bella, though.
Yeah. And I think people are, I'm not too sure about like the head sculpt. Like I know a lot of people said somebody was talking about he didn't have a smiling head sculpt. I haven't seen the movie. Does he smile a lot or do stuff like that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about that, and I honestly think, and you know that I'm not trying to bat 1,000 for this character or anything. I honestly think that this is just a very early prototype. They'll tighten up the suit, the head sculpts, and everything. But I only bought one, so.
Good thing about it is, by the time he comes out, somebody else will be in charge of DC.
You think so? Somebody asked about. We'll do the turtles, and then here you go. I did this just for you guys. So the skinny scoop on this is, fun fact, that diorama that was in that case, I had to rebuild that in 2 days because FedEx broke most of the dioramas that I sent.
Jesus
wow.
Yeah, so this was like, that's why that one looked bad, and I don't think it looked good, but it was just to try to, and there was more to that. There's parts of it that were part of the original. Gomez was supposed to be swinging and coming through that window. I don't have a picture of it, but you know where that window was if you guys saw it? They were up on the top floor. I was gonna have him busting through the window, and I took like stir straw sticks and stuff and broke them, and then I took little plastic, from like a bubble card thing, and I painted it looked like glass, and there was glass everywhere, and he was gonna be coming through the glass going like this, and that plane got messed up. So, while I was trying to figure that out, Mez had come over, and he's like, "Hey, Paige, hey, let's take a look at these." I was like, "What are these?" And he's like, "Put these out." Nothing official has been said about these. He just said put them out, and I guess he's gauging interest. But these were glow in the dark heads.
Are they the same bodies? I can't remember off the top of my head. It looks like that's a new tie, right? Or is it just heads that are different?
Yeah, both of the ties from the picture. Both of the ties, they're different. Suit, the pinstripe suit, the same, but and I'll be honest with you, this is like, I think this is just something that he put together, But these, from what I was told, this is a glow in the dark head.
So be excited, so we don't have another Doc Knock that's literally.
No, these will be the exclusive.
Yeah, get on Twitter and Instabook and Faceplace and start saying you love it and tag Mezco.
Oh yeah. Update on Godzilla, or was it still the same? Godzilla, the people that I needed to ask some of those questions to, they were in and out really fast, and I never got the opportunity to like really get a firm answer. So maybe during New York it can be asked, but Godzilla, it wasn't there. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it did get mentioned, but it was more of like, I wouldn't rule it out, but do you know what I mean? It was kind of like just, so. And there were actually a couple people that asked while we were there, So, and thank you guys, appreciate it. Again, tentative. That's what I was told. It was a glow in the dark version. Doesn't mean that it's coming out. It's like kind of like remember when I hate to bring it up, the Black Doc Knock just kind of showed up in one of the dioramas. It's kind of like that. We just kind of put it in there and kind of see what people are thinking. I missed the online coverage from people at the con. Yeah, there was quite a lot. Let's see here. Is that a kit or a whole release? Again, this is just something that's that he had that he just said put this out. There's nothing definitive about it right now. I think it'd be cool though if it was, It doesn't look like that material that they used for Atticus Doom. This has like paint detail in. You know the other one? It just looks like it's a glow in the dark piece. This is a little bit different. More decoupage. That would be cool to have more of a gang. Let's see here. What happened to the rumored leaked Crab Louie exclusive? That was not mentioned. Yes, in a fully blown dark. All right, what else do we got? This was I. Oh, here I. Some of these are throwaways that I threw for the show because I'm gonna post a bunch of pictures. Dude, this thing looks really good to me.
Yeah, I like the pose.
KJ did this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Mm-hmm. He did that, and then I thought this thing looked great. It's very detailed. It's got like bullet holes on the pouch, little teats. From the picture, it looks like it is kind of like a, it's just a statue. Maybe the head moves. I don't think that the legs move at all, so it's just there. But the detail on it is really cool. And then with Deadpool, the last time we saw him, he didn't have weapons. Let me see if I can back up. I don't know if I have it. But he didn't have weapons. So now he has the guns, and they do have gold tips on them. You know? They're not full gold deagles, but they have some gold accents to them. What else did you guys see? Oh, turtles. Do we want to talk about turtles? What are you guys' thoughts? Because I've heard different things. Big heads. I've heard that. I've heard NECA does it better. What else have I heard?
Well, I haven't seen these things in hand, so I can't really say who's better. But what I will say is NECA went so deep in this line that I'm just surprised that anybody else is even jumping in. Like they've got a pretty good choke hold on that market, and they've been doing it for was that 2020 when they released that first 90s TMNT, I think? They've been doing it about 5 years or more.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say this too. Like the other versions are bigger.
Yeah.
Are the heads feel oversized up close? Were they? I didn't notice it until people started saying something. I don't ever, the head thing. Like people, how people talk about Golden Age or Dick Tracy and stuff.
You gotta go to bed soon.
I don't know. And these were like very early prototypes. Like MC, like you were saying. You remember how you was talking about glue and stuff? I mean, these are glued. Somebody also mentioned this thigh cut. These are like very. I would almost say these are like fresh off the boat prototypes. These were being put together during the show.
Are they going to give the head where you can see the eyes and the mouth inside the mouth from the movie?
Oh yeah, like the guy
Bonus.
in the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I will tell you, they're very early detailed. Like you could see, the texturing in the skin, the eyes. I tried to take a picture, like, and put the light in there, so you could see the color of the eyes, but they match movie type stuff. I like the spots and everything. I would definitely take a mental picture of this, and then the next convention that they have, kind of compare it, because I think you're probably going to see a lot of revisions of this.
Yeah.
That's cool. That spinning sigh from the movie.
Yeah. And Mikey was cool. He was just like, yeah. But yeah. Everybody said they wanted more turtles. Well, there you go. The heads do look oversized. I'm a diehard TMT fan. I'll probably get them, but the head feels a little bit large. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. Like I said, this is not making excuses for them, but I would say just kind of give it some time. It hasn't even gone up for pre-order yet. They read this kind of stuff, and I've seen them scale down heads, like they'll see something and they'll go, okay, well, let's reduce it a little bit. So I'd wait a little bit. I'm not interested. I'm good with the first set. Yeah, I know a lot of people like are kind of turtled out, and after a while, it starts piling up. Do we think Miz will add some of his world famous mystification? I'd love some expanded universe type accessories. That would be cool. It'd be expensive. Whose pizza rolls are done?
It's Sawyer's empanada for those that I answered it.
Corporations. I'll get them. I prefer the scale. Expect the articulation be better than NECA's. So I had a question. Somebody was comparing them. You know how I am about that. What can you, if I were to buy those NECA turtles, how much would they cost right now? Because it's not like you're buying them at retail, right? They're older, right? So you'd be paying aftermarket, correct?
Well, quite a few are still available at Walmart, which tells you how many of those things were produced.
Mm-hmm. They seem to re-release them every few years.
Yeah. Like there's literally a couple 2-packs at the Walmart next to me just the other day. And I don't know, they've made so many because they released them as singles. Well, they had the convention exclusive, and then they released them as singles. Mm-hmm. Then they released them as 2-packs. So there's a lot of them out there.
I think there was something online where they just are at San Diego that they're releasing another set again.
Yeah.
Jesus. What else did we did? This thing was very impressive to me.
Mm-hmm.
This was farther along.
I saw MezCon when you guys had him, or not MezCon. I'm sorry, MegaCon. He's come a long way.
Yeah, you remember he couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
This one, obviously, he has a different pose than he had before. We were able to kind of like move him around.
New head sculpt.
Yeah, still in development. There's a nice little surprise with this, but this thing is coming along very well. And the body, I don't know how to describe it. It's cool. It's cool. I didn't feel like when we were messing around with him that he was fragile. I don't think Miles is fragile to me, but I can see where somebody that would just pick Miles up and go, ooh, I don't want to do too much. He seemed like he just, I don't know if it's the body type or the proportions on him. He's thin, but he still felt solid, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And dude, this is the stuff that's going to come with him. It's really cool. Sorry, CC. I'm sorry. What was something else? Hold on a second.
Sparky.
So that was a reveal, not a actual show reveal. Could have been, but yeah, that was cool. I like that they did the gangster zine. They can pull from that. What you guys think of that?
I think everybody wants to talk about it. That looks good. I like that shoulder pad that they put on him. White golf club bag. New shoes.
Yeah, and you can't see it because of the bag, but if you looked over at the other side over here at a certain angle, like all of those all those things he has in there, they're really good, man. Lots of crap. It took me like a couple of minutes to put all the stuff back in the box. But yeah, this is cool because it gives everybody another chance to be able to get him, if you maybe missed out. Be interesting to see when he shows up. What was the other one? Dude, this thing, I like this a lot, man.
It looks good.
Yeah, I should have put his tie over, but yeah.
Animated series Batman looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me go to that. Really quick with this, one thing I really liked was they put the tombstone out. There's just so much detail in that, and
some good paint apps.
Yeah, I'm hoping this lights up. That would be cool if it was red, But Batman, Batman. Sorry, CC. Boom.
Mm. Okay. Go brush your teeth.
Again, early sample.
Brush your teeth.
MC, what do you got? I mean, CC, what do you got? Because I know this
That'll
is
be
your
a fun
girl.
one. I think that'll be a fun one. I actually went back and started watching the Batman the Animated Series over again.
Me too.
So I'm getting pretty excited for this one.
I just watched the Clayface episodes.
Did you guys keep any of your stuff that you had from the other one?
Yeah, I got some of the villains and stuff too. Still.
Yeah, that's good.
I have the Bruce Wayne Build-A-Figure wave.
Oh yeah, you were showing that, like to see if it had the thing.
The head for the yeah, I showed you guys that and on a different body, but
Oh yeah, you should see the arms on this thing. The
long
carnival.
arms.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Is it like Mr. Fantastic kind of?
It wasn't officially shown, so I can't say anything. But
Okay,
it's I'm very interested. That this was cool.
he looks better. Like changes have been made.
Yeah, there's a little bit more detailing stuff. I remember somebody said that he would never be able to do this, but you know, hey, what do I do?
Where's
Yeah.
Boba?
Yeah. I heard somebody say that out loud. And then they showed this guy. Glue.
Mm-hmm.
I did this because he was doing wingspan kind of stuff, but it just kind of shows they're gonna go a little bit deeper into this. I love the detailing in the helmet. They nailed this stoic look. I mean, you can look when I see that, I see Arnold. I wonder how far they're gonna go and if they're gonna expand a little bit more on it.
He definitely captured his likeness well.
Maybe Dutch.
Mm.
Or the Terminator. I take either one.
From the first movie, CC?
Terminator 2.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one. With a motorcycle?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. The shotgun.
That can announce
I need
re-releases
to
of
choose
the.
your boot and your motorcycle.
Oh, you were right when you said it. Cup said that they're going to be doing a re-release. If they release and really find it hard. Okay, what else? Just going through some comments. Ultimate's pretty sure they listen to feedback and the turtles said, yeah, you would be surprised. You guys remember the Wolverine head thing? Paige, fix that. Okay. That was cool though. I've seen clearance on $35 along with Tatsu. So do you think you should probably get any of those characters that may not be made just to kind of have as background characters?
They'll be huge though.
Mm-hmm.
They're big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gangsters Inc. Yeah, so that was one of the online reveals. Not a lot of people know about that, but don't go try going to eBay. They did like a three character offering. It was 6 if you include the black and white. So keep that in mind, because what if they go harken back to, the days of old and decide to do this character, and then we see the variant as a black and white. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But very cool. Definitely look at it. I know some of it they kind of took it from God, what was that one? It's a comic, big guy. But there's 3 characters. They're really cool. And they can always expand on it as well. I remember we were talking about that too. I was like, please, man, please do it. I can't wait for all them bats and jokers. Yeah. Joker, I think, is gonna be like a huge hit. Let's see what else. I wanted to, dude, there was a couple things I wanted to highlight too. I know, dude, this like stole the show from me, man. I think this is gonna be like the perfect Christmas kind of just have on your shelf. So this is a 5 points, Clark when he's on the roof, but these light up and they're bright. And the settings, there's like 2 or 3 settings on it where it does like a hyper blink, a regular blink, and turn it off. But this thing was so cool, man. They're still doing some things with it. I hope it comes out before Christmas, but it's really cool. We had Batman. Have Lawrence. They made Lawrence. In 5 points. I thought this was cool too. Samurai Jack, that we've seen that. And I'll get out of it. Oh, skip. Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo. This was really cool. I know, right?
So funny.
And these are like so. And don't pay attention to this because they were putting it together, but they wanted to get it out. And then later on, it took photos where they kind of pushed the heads down. A lot of these, like I said, these are throwaway shots. I'm going to post like good pictures in the next couple of days. But they pushed them down. So the heads don't look like this, just so you know. They're more pushed down. But I thought this was kind of cool. We already talked about him. Oh, I threw this in here for MC.
God dang. Legends.
Welcome back.
Nope. Well,
welcome back.
This one, yes.
Welcome back.
This
that
one,
throne. That throne
is insane. So many different figures.
Yeah, this looked good, man. In person, there's nothing like going to the con and seeing some of this stuff in person. It's that Snowcat was. I put this in there for you too. I tried to get the eye, but
yeah. Okay, so that's 2 that I've ordered. 2 legends. I'm not back in the game.
Welcome back.
Yeah, there was a dude in back of me. He just kept hitting me. I'm like, keep throwing off my focus, man. Stop it, man. Stop. Yeah, we did it. Really quick. What else was there? We did Casey. We did all that. We did Turtles. We did Deadpool. We did that. I think that's it, pretty much. Is there anything that stood out to you guys at the show?
Mary.
She's nice, man. She's actually really cool. We'll go through and do some chats. Yeah, she was pretty nice. Just had to get on to her about trying to steal Grub. Terminator. Good idea. Yo, Machu. Good to see you. Machu was at the meetup too. It was great seeing you too, man. Thank you for the impromptu DJI Osmo tutorial. I couldn't get mine to work. I was like, this bullshit. How about the t-shirts and the Stinkles? So the Stinkles, there was a 3-pack of those, and they were selling those. I think you got, if you bought, they were $20, and if you bought an Agent Gomez, you got it for $15. From my understanding, those were only going to be sold at the con for now. They may change, but there were a couple people that bought, not a couple, but a couple of boxes they had that were sold, and they had a couple left, so have to see about that. The t-shirts, they had the Toy Soldier shirt, and it's just like a toy soldier with the Mezco logo, and then they had the Agents 1975 t-shirt. I really like that one a lot. Those are $25. Those sold out pretty well, so maybe they'll have those in New York. We'll see. Did you guys see those shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys like them, or?
I like the Agent Gomez one.
Yeah, most people, that's the one they went with. Yeah, O'Brien. Yeah, on a new body, definitely on a big body, new body. Did you guys have any highlights? Steal the show, kind of figure that you were like, oh crap, or it's kind of won you over?
Well, for Mezco, I definitely think Red Hood for me was really big. Mondo, that 112 He-Man line that they showed some prototypes of stuff for,
Mm-hmm.
looks pretty incredible.
You want me to pull that one up?
Do you have that one?
I don't, but I'll look it up really quick.
If you look at that Clawful figure that they teased, wow. And then Loyal Subjects with the mask. And then they announced Wave 2. It's only 2 figures, but I'm all in for both of them. They got me. I needed a new Hurricane, and they answered the call.
Oh, this went right to Carlos's page. Badass reviews. Thank you. This one?
The Clawful looks even better though.
Yeah.
He was
so just type
Clawful
in
and Man at Arms to me look like the 2 best figures.
Yeah, Man at Arms was sick too.
All right, let me
I'm
backtrack.
a He-Man fan.
Just Clawful?
Yeah.
This one?
Nope.
This one?
That one. Look at that thing.
Wow. This is, what is this, 1/6?
1/12 scale.
What? He's got some droplings there.
1/12.
I know they're barnacles.
Eggs.
Fish eggs. It's caviar.
I'm waiting to see, is this going to be a price line similar to the Ghostbusters, or is it going to be even higher?
Yeah.
I mean, they're bigger. They seem to be more detailed. There's even some soft goods. If you look at that figure, it's like a leather belt.
Right there, huh?
Yeah, those straps, that's a really good looking figure right there.
And it's 112, huh? Wow.
And it's 112.
I like that claw. Like the shading and everything too. Oh, I noticed the Doc Points Nocturnal playset. Yeah, it wasn't. That thing's taking a beating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. We took that. We took the monster one out. The one that has Dracula and Creature from the Sea and stuff, and Frankenstein, all that. Those things take a beating in transit, and so they were just kind of showing their age. I asked them about that. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think that one might be canceled. So yeah. Sorry. Maybe. Never know. The throne is perfect. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I will say this about that. Like, I think we talked about earlier, so if you came in here a little bit late, I'm pretty sure that they're looking at everything that happened at the convention, how fast it sold out, the demand for it, the feedback from people saying that they really wanted this figure and they didn't get a chance. So if you're online and you're looking through eBay and that's an option for you, I would say give them some time to kind of look at this whole thing and figure out what they want to do. That's what I would say. MC, was there anything that you saw that you want me to look up that was caught your eye at the con? There was a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, you already showed it, Mephisto from Marvel Legends. G.I. Joe Pythona, that was really cool to expand on that Cobra La line.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to see that in person, Paige?
I got lucky. I went over to talk to Emily and Lenny, and I don't know the other guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, the other guy in the videos.
Yeah. I'll send them to you too. I was trying to save it for just clips and stuff. They were bringing it out.
Oh.
Yeah. And so they brought out 2 of them, and I got Lenny, he's a nice guy, man. I think Darius and I talked to him for about 10 minutes, but he's a really nice guy. Nice. But he brought it out, and then, he kind of hesitated, and we were just kind of looking at it, and then he put it in the case and stuff. And I think they did it twice. One was a test runner, hey, here we go. But I was there when they put that out. It was really cool. The Hasbro booth, you can tell that there's a lot of action that happens over there. I think they had was it the Star Wars thing I sent you guys, right?
Yeah, the HasLab.
Yeah. So originally there was just a case, like it was a plastic case that had some dirt, and you were kind of like, what's going on in there? Uh, but they brought that out. You know, they did some reveals every once in a while. You know, let's kind of put stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of pictures. I just haven't posted them.
I don't know if they had it at SDCC, but I saw and I posted in our group chat. Those sectars looked really cool too with the bugs. And I thought of CC
Oh,
right away.
yeah.
With the flapping wings and.
Oh, I forgot all about the sectors.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Good one. Good one.
Monster Force. Yeah, they were there. I didn't get a chance to look at any of that stuff, man.
And I know you guys aren't fans, but I really like, somebody took a swing at in Mayfex when they took a swing at Doomsday. I thought that looked really good, and I just hope Mezco can just go ahead and poke around with a little Doomsday and give it to us.
I saw the Punisher. That was everywhere, but I didn't see you sent that to us, right?
I did. I said, please send it. Please give this to Mez and tell him to take a look.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But yeah, the Mayfex Doomsday looked straight out of Page of the comic book. So that's an old one. They have a updated painted figure.
This one? No.
Yes. And he's right next to what looked like they had a Superman that was rough that had his costume all beat up.
This one?
Nope.
This? That's 24. Oh, God. Anyway, whatever. All right. Well, obviously.
Your page doesn't like, your Facebook doesn't like Mayfex. It doesn't allow you.
Yeah. It shows I don't look at that crap. No, I'm joking. I don't have anything against it.
No, I know.
I don't collect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I could always go to Yahoo, but.
And then, of course, Mezco was. Did you say Yahoo for search engine?
Figured right.
I didn't know.
I'll go to Ask Jeeves.
Oh, yeah, Nick. He's right. The Edgar Allan Poe figure that I sent you guys too. That looked really good.
Is that in the chat? You know what? I should just look in the chat, right?
Yeah, don't bring up our chat.
Why are you scared? Just kidding.
Cancel culture. I'll see if I can find it fast to resend it.
He's like, no, I'm protecting you, Paige.
Yeah. I don't want to say any names, but
be
afraid. I'll put it I'll resend it.
Yeah, like if you can send like both of them, then I'll be able to. Were you able to ask any questions we had discussed before the con? I no, not really. It was so busy, man. I know the ones that most people were asking about, the Joe line, the Dick Tracy line and stuff like that. I have a feeling that they'll do more Dick Tracy. I'm not too sure about the Joe line stuff. That's not official. That's just the feeling I got.
Paige said the Joe line is dead.
There you go. There you go. But no, it was hard because we were setting up, and that takes so much energy, and then the people that are the source for that, Mez and the other people that are there, they were really busy. They were in and out a lot.
They're in the chat.
The last thing you want to do, hey man, tell me about this. Shut up, Paige. I got meetings right now. He was really cool this time too. We all kind of what's cool about that whole crew is we all know each other because we've done so many of these things together that we just rib on each other. It's good conversation. They're really good people. Really good people. I saw a comment. Somebody said there's a female that works with us, and they were saying that she's rude and stuff like that, and that's by far the worst take I've ever seen. The worst take. That I'm not saying her name, but I know her.
Is that the same one I met, Paige?
Which one?
Is it the same one that I met at MegaCon?
Yes. No.
Oh, okay.
Not,
I was gonna say she's very friendly. If that's the same one, she was talkative. She talked to my son.
Well, everyone talks to Sawyer though.
Yeah. So
He
he just
dropped
has
your number. He's like, "Hey, ma'am, call me."
yeah. She's really. Man, dude, I was dragging one day, and she brought me because we all know each other, and she's like, she knew I was going in early to kind of set stuff up, and she brought me like a monster. I was like, she didn't have to do that. Like that's why I don't know. Maybe sometimes people catch people at the wrong time, certain circumstances, but that whole crew they're just really, really nice, man. Um, I've never had a problem with any of them. Even my project manager, you know, I was doing builds and it was getting close and stuff like that, and he was just like, "You need to hurry up, Paige." I was like, "I'm trying." But they're all really good, man.
No pressure.
He's his thing. Like I said, we rib on each other. I was late for we weren't like late for breakfast. I was stuck in the elevator. He sent me a text. He's like, "Hurry the fuck up." I was like, "That's all right, bro." They're just like it's cool. It's they're really nice. They take their jobs very seriously. And what's weird is and we would get done with the con and we would be eating dinner and they're talking about this is why I say that they read comments, they would go through and they would say, okay, well, these figures did really well. These are some of the things that people have flagged that they're kind of concerns and stuff. What can we do tomorrow to speed things up, make things faster? And I'm like, geez, it wasn't a downer. I was just like, wow, we're eating dinner and they're still talking about this.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't like we'd be walking somewhere. It was just that, but they were really passionate about it, very collector oriented. Like I can see why they say this because of this. I don't know how to describe it. Didn't feel like work talk, but I was sitting there thinking, you would think as soon as you walked out of the convention doors, you were just done. And then Darius KG and I my roommate, I won't say his name, but my roommate he's done a couple cons with us, and I think he's going to be part of the crew now. And we would be in the room and we were just talking about toys. It was so cool, man. It was a really good trip. Really good trip. Just to be around people like that. It's Joyeva. I'm so glad you had a great time, Paige. Getting tonight, Paige. Yeah. Thank you, Minis. I appreciate it. That's really all I had. We did 220.
When do I get my Mezco tribute figure since CC got his right there in his hand?
Does he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did a pretty great likeness there. It's pretty good.
Yeah. What do you think?
He's got to grow his out a little more, but.
This is a good question. Do figures fall? What do you think about that one, though, CC? Like, just initial. What do you think?
Initial he looks really good. Lots of accessories, as most of the Gomez are. Ton of accessories. Lots of
look at when you get a chance, look at that boom boom in the tape deck. That's the first, I'm pretty sure, the very first sculpted tape deck that they've done. All the others have been like painted or stickered.
Yeah.
And that one opens up and you can take the tape out. I really hope they start doing that more, but then they do more tapes. That would be cool. Like, can you imagine having a bunch of tapes?
These flared leg pants are really well done.
High-waisted.
Yeah. Nick. So Paige, do figures fall in the displays? Yes. I like to take pictures of them. It's kind of like but I don't post them. I've seen the Vortex strike suit fall a couple times. And then it's so hot in those cases that it would be like if you had a figure and you put, a heat gun on it. They just start getting gummy after a while. But the biggest thing is people bumping into them. People bump into those cases all the time. And so what you do as soon as you fly, you do checks. Like every 20 or 30 minutes, we're supposed to go around and check and make sure the figures are standing upright and okay. And then I won't lie, I've glued figures down to the dioramas before. So that's how you kind of handle it, which is fair. But at the same time, I would have liked to have core members at the latest. No, Cobra Commander is a sin to end on. Yeah. The problem is that, like I said before, so many people didn't support that line initially, and a lot of the feedback initially wasn't that great. That's really it. CCMC, you guys have anything?
Oh, sir, I think we covered it all. Great chat. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you guys for being my
We didn't mention me defending my title, but I guess we'll let that slide.
ladies and gentlemen. I did have a bye week.
No,
The new champion did grant me that because I think he knew he was going to strip the title away from me this week.
Yeah.
So I was given a bye during con week, and then he came in there and squash matched me very quickly.
you jobbed to him.
Yes, hands off. I acknowledge you.
You were like the Brooklyn Brawler in that match.
I was. I'll be honest. I was like, "What's going on?" I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, "What day is it?" Because you're back hours and stuff. And I started checking, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so tired. I don't even want to do this." Let's see, dang it. And then I was up right when he did it, though. And I'm like, "He got me." I was like, "Fair to say, it was clean. It was a clean 1, 2, 3."
It's like the Jeff Jarrett Hulk Hogan match.
The finger poke.
Yeah.
Remember that? Finger poker doom. Yeah, the boom boom got an upgrade, and I'm hoping the new mold going forward. Yeah, it would be cool if they kept that and they just did tapes and stuff. Laserbeak. Just kidding. But yeah, dude, thank you guys for checking on me the whole time I was there and all the positive, stuff. And I did get Sawyer his Mega Man stuff, and
Oh, thanks, man.
yep. I even got him a packet of Stinkles.
He's gonna be happy.
Yep.
I already got shipping for the 6 Shadow Doc Knox you sent me, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know.
I can't wait to put them on eBay.
Really? Have you seen what those are going for?
No, I can only imagine, especially if somebody sold it at the con for $500.
Yeah.
Well, it progressively got worse because I think as people were buying them and they were selling out so fast, I think people were that's where all the numbers kind of came into play. They were like, they sold out fast. They probably only sold this. And then people were using it as a metric to kind of gauge it. That's why that was another on the fly thing. Like we saw that kind of stuff and they were like, do not put the numbers out for this. Don't, you know what I mean? Because they saw it. It was 230, 300, 500. I was like, you gotta be serious? But did you send me one?
Did I send you one?
I am curious to see what it is.
No, I sent the pictures that you requested earlier. The Edgar Allan Poe and then the Doomsday. I put those in the chat.
Oh damn! I'm sorry, but
no.
Let me get in there.
I'm not gonna look at it. I'll be disgusted and even more hater, and I'll tell people to DM me.
No, I'm just curious to see if it went down. I saw somebody it's like $399, $430. But you always look at the solds. That's not comforting as well. Oh god. Oh, $299, $394, $399, $399, $399.
It's gross.
So like what? $549. That's just ridiculous, bro. Is my screen up? Okay, no, it's not here. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's the sad part about it. It won't let me look at the chat, man. That's
probably a good thing.
Because I'm logged in. Oh, here we go. I got it. Here we go. This one? This
Yeah,
Poe.
that's Edgar Allan Poe.
So this is the figure obscura.
No, this is from I think it was NECA, maybe. No, God, who is that from? Anybody in the chat remember? I guess I can look at the picture.
There's some on eBay right now for $540, $550. Jesus, man.
Figure obscura adjacent. It's Raven Society is the name of the line.
Huh. Is it soft goods or is it plastic?
It's plastic, but you know, it just looks cool. Good accessories. It's got the Raven.
I hope they go deep with the Samurai Jack and Conan. I think that, like I said before, I think that all depends on the support. If people pre-order it and there's interest in it. Fresh Monkey Fiction. There's your Doomsday right there.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, he double jointed. Look at that. All right. Well, I know we kept CC up quite a bit on his day off. Hopefully, he had a good day off.
Yeah.
Good day off.
You're always quiet.
All right. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have anything?
That's all I got.
Tapped out. Monster
All right.
course.
All right, good. Hopefully this episode gave you some insight into some of that stuff that happened. I was going through chat, sorry. Fresh Monkey. Oh yeah, I read it. All right. Yeah, hopefully that stuff kind of helped you. You know, it's just information. You could take it into consideration. Hopefully it helps. And on a lighter note, I think the con was great. I saw a lot of stuff from all different kinds of companies and different kinds of offerings, and there's so much good stuff coming out. There's stuff that they showed there that I guess people couldn't record and show, you know? Mm-hmm. and it's just, dude, there's literally no reason to be unhappy with one company when there's 10 other ones that are doing what you may want in the fashion that you want. So, and I really want to thank everybody that attended the meetup. It went really well, and like I said, we'll make plans for future conventions and try to do that, and try to do them bigger and better, and try to build up the community, because that's what it's about. Just, they had people that were like I said, Jada and Storm. We were all playing with those figures too. I got to bring Mezco figures next time. But yeah, good time. And then hopefully we can get something kind of close, and then CC can go.
Be awesome.
Oh, come on. So like what? New York? Maybe New York?
New York might be too soon. Because New York? September, October?
October, yeah, 14th-ish, I think.
But I definitely think MegaCon for me next year is a possibility. Especially with me having
Yes.
I think MegaCon is a realistic possibility.
I will buy you an exclusive. If you come,
No.
seriously,
Lock
if you
it in.
come to
We're gonna
MegaCon,
be there now.
DC, I'm about to buy my 4-day ticket, so
Yeah.
let's do it. You
yeah,
can
dude.
you can get a
What-
really
what,
easy
March?
flight.
You have
You
to
can
give me
get-
those dates so I can put in for that vacation time.
Yeah, do that, man, because I got it. Yeah, I'll give you the dates, because, you know, I'll put them in the chat. But, dude, it would be great if you came, man.
Definitely.
Stacey,
I
Oliver.
can't see you can't, man. I've got more freedom now than I've ever had before. So if it's time to leave the state, yeah.
You can
Yeah,
crash
yeah.
my house for free, CC. There's your hotel expenses if you want.
Dan said 9th to the 12th. Thank you for that. And geez Louise, man, thank you. I appreciate you. It was cool to see you at the con. Thank you for being understanding, sir. Appreciate you. Let's see. We need to look up that date. Yeah, I'll look that up and send it. But yeah, man, I will buy you the exclusive if you come.
Let's lock it in. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yes.
Florida in March.
Boy,
Yeah,
that's gonna suck. CC, we'll
Is
go
that-
to Wars Land. We'll do all the fun shit.
Is that when it is? You said March? Because they moved it, right? Didn't they
It's-
move it?
Is it? I was just looking at it. Hang one second. I'll get the dates. Literally just looking at tickets.
If you do New
March
York,
19th through 22nd.
I'm sorry, March 19th through the 22nd.
Yep.
Okay. If you do New York, what is it? You should do a meetup on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, we did this one in San Diego on Saturday. You know what? Maybe you should, before New York starts, kind of ramping it up a little bit before and do a poll and just have people vote on what day would be better, because there were a lot of people that were leaving Saturday night.
Mm.
So maybe something in the middle, maybe Friday would be good. So I'll do that. If we do it in New York, I'll take a poll and say, do you want it Friday or Saturday? And then we'll just go with the majority. But we will make it early. It'll be like 8 o'clock. And you can stay for however long you want. But yep, good suggestion. We'll try that. All right, that's it, fellas. Who's taking us out? Who's taking us out?
Remember to help control your pet population. Please have your pet spayed or neutered.
Ouch.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Come on, say it. This
Quit
is
bitching.
the perfect episode to say it.
Quit bitching.
Loud. There you go. Good.
If you got a problem pushing people around, get in my DMs. Catch me outside. I'll be at MegaCon.
Man. Oh wow. Woo. There was some of that at San Diego, man. Just to let you know. Yikes. But anyway, nothing happened. Appreciate everyone that turned in excuse me, phlegm. Redo. Appreciate everyone that tuned in live. Thank you very much for your time. It's always appreciated. Hope you were able to get a lot out of this episode. If you get a chance to watch replay, totally cool. We need to do a giveaway. I'm getting settled, so let me work on some stuff, and we need to get back to doing that because I appreciate everybody that spends time with us. So next week, I'm sorry.
Cece and I can fire up the robots too. It's been a while since we've done one of those.
Yeah, that would work out too. There's some stuff I brought some extra stuff with me home. So
sorry to volunteer you, Cece, but
you're not volunteering him. You're volunteering his robots.
Yeah. Borrowing the indentured servitude.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Proham. Thank you, Josh, 2 times. DMC, Todd. I know you're happy today, Superman. But again, thank you guys. We'll start trying to ramp that stuff back up again because I do appreciate everything you guys put into the show. And that's about it. You guys take care. Remember, they're just toys. Have fun. I'm sick, so the emphasis wasn't really there.